Thank you so much for listening to Steph Infection. And guess what? If you like me so much, come see me on tour. I'm doing a big Filth Queen tour starting right goddamn now. I'm currently in Montreal for the Just for Laughs Festival till the 30th. Then I'll be in Peterborough, Ontario, August 3rd. Orlando, September 7th. Tampa, September 8th and 9th. Back to Canada, the motherland, on September 15th in Vancouver to the Great Outdoors Festival. Then I'll be in Sacramento the weekend after, September 21st, 23rd. San Fran the 24th. Madison, Wisconsin, October 5th to 7th. Calgary, Canada. I'm back again October 12th to 14th. Then I'll be in Las Vegas the 20th, 21st. San Diego, October 27th, 29th. And don't forget about my big goddamn show in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, December 14th at the Danforth Music Hall. Go to the link in all my bios right now and get tickets. Thank you for listening. Welcome back to Steph Infection, another episode from Austin, Texas, the Creek and Cave, their new studio.
Yeah, nice, pretty nice.
With Brian Simpson. How the fuck are you? I'm so glad you said yes to this.
Me, I'm alive.
You're like, yes, why did I say yes to this? The King of Austin.
You know what? I only feel that a little bit, but that's only because it's early in the morning for me.
Okay.
You know?
You're fucking killing it out here.
Yeah. Yes, I'm doing a lot of things, and I'm not set. You know what I mean? Like because I have the ADHD thing and the depression thing, and so I get very easily overwhelmed. But at the same time, if I have nothing to do, it's really bad for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because the depression shit is like, I call it my depression pile. You ever get to the end of a depression thing and it's like, like how many people live in this room? You know what I mean? It feels like that, where it's like, I gotta. It's just gross.
Do you have like a certain way that you like a to-do list kind of thing, where like you go through things every day, or are you just?
Oh no, absolutely not. The only thing I'm organized about is my comedy.
Really?
Like things related to stand-up, I'm locked in. I got my bag. I got all the little things I need for the show. I'm meticulous about writing and editing and listening and all of that. But then, basically, I feel like only one part of my life can be organized at a time, and sometimes two.
Okay.
So it's like even my living space is great, and my comedy is great, or like one has to suffer, or my sleep schedule's off, or something, car filthy, whatever.
Okay,
but I can't have it all together. I don't know who these people are that are like just have it all together.
I think they're unwell and they're highly medicated, maybe to keep their head fucking focused like that. Because I don't know how the hell.
Or can you imagine being like when I first got with my manager, she had an assistant that was so fucking locked in, like I couldn't believe it. I was like, how she got her life together and a whole other person's life together?
Yeah.
I know she wasn't there for long. She ended up being like going to be the executive assistant at some big one of the networks. You know what I mean? Because it was like, oh yeah, she's too good. She's too good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and people hear that shit, and they know it. She knew it. It's like, she ain't gonna be here long.
But you see, I didn't know you were had ADHD. But you seem, every time I see you, seem very calm and collected and together.
That's because I don't get it. I only leave the house when I got it together.
Oh, okay, so
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of those people, like, I firmly believe it's like your mental shit is not everybody else's responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't be trying to put that on people. So I just go, I make sure I got it together enough to go to the club and do my spots and not have a meltdown or any of that kind of.
Have you had a meltdown in front of people?
Nope. Do it on the dolo. Okay. Do it solo.
You're just at home in the shower, screaming with your eyes wide open, just getting hot water beating into it.
Yeah.
Another day. I've never even heard you yell.
Nah. I don't lose my cool very often.
Okay.
No, I kind of take pride in that.
Yeah, I was like, you don't. Every time I've seen you, you've been completely like this even keel.
Yeah. Because I'm easily overwhelmed, so I stay away from things that start pushing me up. You know what I mean? Because I don't like that side of myself.
No one does. I get worked up quite easily. I'm like, I gotta stop. I'm always yelling.
Also, I feel like most of the time, you're either most of the time when you're upset, it's either because you're not minding your fucking business, or you making something about you that ain't about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Most of the time is one of those things.
Yeah.
It's like, you upset with some person and you don't realize like they having some like whatever just happened between y'all ain't really about you. They got some shit going on, or it's some shit over there that ain't got nothing to do with you, and you're not minding your business.
Yeah.
Now you upset about some shit that ain't had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I should look at it more like that.
I'm expert level mind my motherfucking business. I will. Like you know that meme. It was a meme a long time ago where it's a lady like walking a stroller by a house that's on fire, and she just It's like, that's me right there. I'm like, that ain't got shit to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna call the police. You're
no. I mean, look, the fire trucks are on the way. I mean, I'm not a fireman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're not gonna go in there and risk your life.
What I'm gonna spit at it? That's all I got.
There's a big fan outside. Yeah.
That's why I'm not a public hero.
No. You never saved anyone's life before? Oh shit, you gotta think about it. Maybe you have.
I'm sure I have.
At some point.
I'm sure I have at some point, but I deeply regret it. I did like. I didn't regret. Because look, we talked about this on my pod recently, but it's one of those things where it's like, a lot of times intervening in things is the right thing to do, but it's not the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Whereas because we see a lot of videos of people fighting on the internet and shit like that. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, ever since Elon took over Twitter, I've been seeing videos of people fighting from accounts that I never followed or looked at. And there's always someone like, how come nobody intervened? And it's like, because you don't know what the fuck is going on. It's none of your business. Yeah. And so it's like the smart thing to do is like, I'm gonna intervene. I mean, the right thing to do is to intervene so nobody gets hurt or dies or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the smart thing to do is mind your business, because like I've been in situations where I've seen people, like. The perfect one is a man hitting a woman. Like you see a man over there hitting a woman, and then I see this dude, he get involved, he get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the cops come, and she on his side, because he a pimp. And she, you know what I'm saying? She under his spell, you know what I mean? And now your ass sitting in jail.
Yeah, because
it's like no good deed goes unpunished type of shit. Now, that's a very
specific reference. I mean,
No, but I mean, I've seen it happen several times. Because it's not always pimp. It's not always pimp whore. Sometimes it's just like, that person is in an abusive relationship and they will pick the abuser over you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What I mean? Yeah, it's like, and what did you do? I mean, now if you win the fight, it's great.
Then everyone's laughing when the fight.
Yeah, but you, because I've also seen it go that way where like you win, but then the cops come and it's still on you. She changed up her whole story. Yeah, he just assaulted us for no reason. I've seen that. I think it depends on where you grow up. Like if you grow up somewhere peaceful, you think that's how you think. If you grow up somewhere where there's violence, mm-hmm. you get very like self-preservation when you like, that ain't my business.
Where did you grow up?
I was in foster care.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So I grew up all over PG County, Maryland, and all over D.C.
Okay, so you're seeing things in a very different light than how I'm seeing things in my little Canadian town.
Yeah, but that shit helped me learn people so much. Like I learned how people are so much alike. Living with all these different families and shit. And it's like I see, people are pretty much the same everywhere. Most people are acting out of fear.
Yeah.
Like I was just talking like that. I'm acting out of fear. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of a bullshit. Now that I'm comparing the two things.
You're like, now I'm calling my own self a fucking.
Yeah. Because it's like that's most of it is. Most of the time you gotta stop and go, what is this person afraid of right now? Like what's bringing this up?
So when do people comment on your like videos and stuff? You don't interact with any like online trolls or anything like that?
I try not to. I mean, it's odd because when you're trying to grow the pod, like I want my loyal audience to feel like they can interact with me. I don't have the energy to answer every single comment and question. If you email me, I will read it. If you email the pod, we will read it. But if you comment on something, I might see it, but I'm probably not gonna reply to it. Yeah, because I just don't want people. I don't have the energy for that. And most of the time, what I've learned from social media is every follower is not a fan.
Oh yeah.
So some people just want to troll and just get. Mm-hmm. They just want to take your time and your energy for free. And I was like, I don't have time for that.
Right before you got here, I posted a clip today with Jenny Zagrino, and a guy was saying he's like, why are we listening to two fat women talk? I click on his profile. He's following me. If you think I'm so fucking fat, why the hell are you following me? Get the fuck off my page. And it's always the people, it's always my favorite when it's like in their bio, it's like husband, father, devoted. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay. Real good guy.
Yeah,
Real good guy.
and that's the thing. See, a person like that, I think those kind of people they're living a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like those are all the things he wants to say to his wife, to his mother-in-law, and then, so he goes online and finds somebody to like take it out on.
Yeah.
You know, he probably means to his children.
Oh, I would assume so.
Yeah, devoted father. What does that mean?
Yeah, to what? To hating on fucking fat women? You fucking
Yeah, most people say devoted father. Oh, you just there.
Yeah, devoted father.
Yeah.
He's just in the house with his
Your
son.
kids hate it when you pull up in the driveway.
Did you have good foster parents growing up?
Some were good. Yeah, some were good, some were bad. You know, I mean, looking back on it, I feel like most of them were just doing their best. But at the time, I hated them. I hated a lot of them.
Yeah. Do you keep in contact with any of them now? Or is it
Yeah.
like,
No, I mean, the ones that's still alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
like-
every now and then I give them a little call. You know.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah.
Crazy itchy. You get the itch and you're like, what the
They
hell
all
is that?
kind of raised me. But I have a lot of but in my comedy, I say my grandma, but it's really just all of them combined.
One big grandma.
Yeah, just because it's just easier than explaining to the audience.
Yeah,
you know, because
that's not. Yeah, you're adding a bunch of stuff for no reason. You're
right, exactly.
My
so I
six
just
grand.
so just like my grandma.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so but then my grandma sometimes she get a hold of some of the bits and be like, that ain't fucking happened, and it's like, yeah, that's not you.
Yeah, getting all defensive.
See-
Your grandma watches your stuff?
No, she.
Okay.
But I had a joke on my half hour that was about where I say her name.
Okay.
You know, and what's so funny is when I was running that set, I never said her name, and then when I did it, when we filmed it, I said her name, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna hear about that. You know what I mean?
It's also that's so funny when you're like you have something so planned out, ready to go, but then your mind just like because you're probably so focused on your taping and everything else, it just like slipped in there, and you're like, well, fuck it. It's also
and it's exhausting too because especially like that was my first big thing, you know, and all the friends and family there, and they don't respect stand-up as like a real job, no matter what they say. So they don't understand how exhausting it is.
Yeah.
You know, and then so.
But that Netflix thing really like blew you up, right? Like that would not blew you. You were already fucking killing it and headlining and touring and stuff.
No, not really.
you
I mean,
weren't?
I was headlining, but it wasn't like I wasn't because at the end of the day, it's about ticket sales. That's what's killing it is. I mean, you getting opportunities. You know, like it doesn't like being. What am I trying to say? Having a special doesn't matter if nobody sees it.
Yeah.
So it's like it takes a while. It's like a ripple because it's not like the moment the special comes out,
Everyone's watching.
you selling tickets everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't like that at all. It's like it's like a slow build. Like the people that watch it the day of, that is probably the smallest amount of people that's gonna watch it. You know, you know, then a month later, twice as many people watch it. Then 3 months later, you know what I mean? And it's like it's wild because now it's starting to really have an effect. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, oh, I sold that many tickets. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and like you're here every night doing Rogan's Club.
Oh yeah. Well, the mothership. Jesus Christ, man! Everybody getting so good, including Rogan. Like we, you know, because like when you as famous as him, it's like it's hard to be challenged because everybody's showing up to watch.
Yeah.
So what he do is he puts all of the best people up in front of him. You know what I mean? And then he has to go out there after an hour and a half already gone before he go up.
Yeah.
And he just went after it's like me, Derek Poston, Tony Hinchcliffe, Ron White, and last night I think it was Duncan Trussell, and then Joe.
So they're already fucking laughed out, and then he's got to go.
Yep. And it's like swimming with weights on. You know, it's like everybody just going, and then the rest of us we going up so much.
It's wild. It's even like seeing comics like Isan last night. I was like, he's killing it. Like the last time I saw, I think I'm saying, is it saying his name properly?
What, Isan?
Isan, yeah.
Isan,
like seeing him like from LA when I saw him at like Mike's in LA to now, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because
he's so good.
Because I think the most spots I ever did in LA in a week was probably 7.
Yeah.
You know, and here the most I've done is 17
in a fucking week.
Yeah, in a week. Shit. Yeah. Because you got because you don't only got Mothership, but then right next door is Sunset Strip, and then we at Creek in the Cave right now, which is only like 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
And then Vulcan in between, Kingdom right next in between us. Then there's East Austin Comedy Club, and then the goddamn Capitol, what is it called?
Cap City?
Cap City up the street. And there's probably one other one I forgot, but it's just you.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just, and that's just the clubs. That's not all the little multiple shows.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, man, you can really go up now. I wouldn't recommend it. Like because I do think there's a such thing as too much. That's probably fucking blasphemy to some people, but you got to have a balance, because if all you're doing is stand up, then you ain't got no perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to talk about.
Yeah.
So you got to live a little life,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take 10 to 15 spots a week. I'll do that.
And you guys are like getting good money because it's like the store. It's like you're getting good money if you're in the main room.
You get good money for all the rooms, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was hearing last night. I was like, the rumors are true. You guys are fucking doing well out here.
Yeah, we're doing really good. I mean, and everybody is like every single person, every single comic out here that's even remotely connected to the mothership is getting more stage time and making more money than they were before.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because also like all the shows pay. There's no show like if you try to start a show out here that didn't pay, it wouldn't last that long.
No.
And
I heard last night I think this is accurate. Correct me if I'm wrong. 80% goes to the comics and 20% goes to the club at Mothership.
Yep.
Which is unheard of for any fucking club. Like as much as people I know people right, Joe Rogan's just nice. As it turns out, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Because that's fucking crazy. Like I don't think any other club pays that anywhere.
Well, it's not for profit. It's like they break even. As long as they break even, everybody's happy.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, and then them servers making a lot of motherfucking money.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they probably making more money than me.
Fuck. It's such a. So when did you decide to move out here? Because how long were you in LA for?
I was in LA for 7 years.
Okay.
So I was in San Diego for 5 and LA for like 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
So I moved out here last summer, like August.
And you were like, this
is
the
because I had been coming out here for a couple years because Derek and Hassan moved out. So me, Derek and Hassan, we started in San Diego together.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that.
Me, Derek, Hassan, Jeffrey Berner, Sam Lopez. We all started in San Diego together, and then we all moved to LA together.
Okay.
We all got in the store together. You know what I mean? And they moved out here, and I was like, let me check out there and visit this motherfucker. And then boom, and then I just got a call from Rogan out of the blue. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'd be like, how the fuck you get my number? I was just like, really? I thought somebody was fucking with me. I was like, this is who?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, hey man, Segura said you was funny, man. Come through. Like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And then he saw my set at the Vulcan, and he was like, oh, yeah, you got it. You know what I mean? Just let me know if you need any help. And he meant that shit. Every time I need something, if I ask him for it, he'd be like, I got you, don't trip.
That's so fucking insane.
Yeah, it's like, and so I think like all he's trying to create is an environment where if you're funny, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of times in LA, being the funniest isn't necessarily the thing that is make you climb the ladder. You know what I mean? It's more about what you're associated with. You know what I mean? It's like you could be like a mediocre comic, but you was on, you was on some show or you in some writer's room, and so you get the best stage time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's like you're not, and then people are doing much better than them on stage because they're not doing the work that we've been doing for this fucking long.
Right. And so it's one of those things too where it's like I guess it's just kind of removing. It's funny people deciding who's funny and not like corporate people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At least that's the theory, and it's working so far.
I think I'm in a similar phase with you because Bill did the same to me. Like Bill reached out to me and saw some of my videos, and then that's how I started opening for him, and that's how he put me on his Netflix thing, and then he's like helped me and like mentioning me to other people. So it's it's nice to have. It's also like we're funny. We've been funny for a long time, so it's nice for people to like see that we're funny because I've never been in a writer's room. I wrote for the Pornhub Awards.
Well, it's nice to have. It's nice for some of the older generation to like give a fuck about. The next, because they don't have to.
No, there's no need.
It's like most people that were as rich as Rogan would just fucking move into a cabin somewhere and fucking come out every 2 years and drop a special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't need to fucking go out of their way and above and beyond and make this fucking club and do all this shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice, man. It's a special thing to be a part of. I think about it every single time I'm sitting in there. I'm like, I can't fucking believe I'm sitting in here.
Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to be in the green room last night, and I realized that way too late.
No, that's not true.
Okay, I felt like then after I didn't go back in because I don't think Joe wanted me back there, and I panicked. I was like, I'm not going back in there.
Why didn't you think that?
I don't know because the security guard just brought me in and I was sitting back there and there's like you and I saw you and then Adam and then Tony and then Joe walked in. He looked at me. I was like, "Hello, I'm Steph," and I was like, "Oh fuck, he doesn't know who I am. I probably shouldn't be in here right now." And I wasn't on his show, so I felt weird. Nah, but I was like, "See, no," but I feel like because you guys all knew me, I wasn't okay.
If that was somebody would have said that to you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, but then after the second time, I went to go in and I was told not to go in because I had to charge my phone. They're like, wait till he goes on stage, and I was like, oh shit, did I fucking piss him off?
No.
And I was like, I kept I was like, I'm not gonna talk. I'm not. Also, I wasn't gonna be like, I'm in the. I was like, not gonna do a fucking Instagram story. I just sat there in silence. I was like, hello, yes, I should be in here. It's nerve wracking because I've never been before.
No. Yeah, but like I said, if somebody tells you not to go in there, then that's
the issue.
That's the issue. But yeah, but you being that's not on you.
Okay, I was like, oh, fucking panicked.
No, because some people, because you know, in a lot of places, you know, like at the store, there's a lot of places that only pay regulars are supposed to be, and shit like that. But a lot of times, like nobody's enforcing that, so it just be full of people. Jesus Christ. The only place you can really, like I think the main room, green room is kind of that doesn't really happen that often.
I've seen people back there and I've ratted them out because it's like some weirdo will come back there and I'm like, hi, and they're like, and they'll just sit down. I'm like, you're not on the show. I've never seen you before. Who the fuck are you? And like, it's also sometimes just me and them back there. I'm like, I'll text like the security guard being like, can you come back here? Who the fuck is this person? Did you hear about the guy who went into the green room like a month or two ago and showered?
What?
Some homeless guy roamed in from the fucking street, walked directly into the green room, the main room, green room at the store, and got in the shower. And apparently he was like a comic from like the 80s or something who was like not doing well now, clearly. Because I'm like, how else would you know there's a fucking shower back there?
Right.
And they just caught him back there and like, you gotta go.
Well, can I finish washing my ass though?
Yeah. No soap in there though.
Yes, there is.
There is?
Yeah.
Have you showered there?
I haven't, but I've someone is because for years there's always been soap back there.
Oh shit.
In the shower. So somebody is. I mean, and there used to be people just living in there sometimes. They kind of put a stop to that.
I didn't know that. How long have you been past there?
I got passed in, I want to say 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I got passed in 2018.
Okay, that's great. So you've been there for a bit. Yeah.
But before that, not back then, like when Mitzi was still kind of coming sometimes.
Oh,
that kind
shit.
Of thing.
Yeah, wow.
Some people was living in there. They ain't had nowhere to live.
Oh, fuck.
You know?
There's enough room in there. There's a bunch of weird fucking back rooms.
Yeah, and
like,
I think they put
crevices.
I forget which comic fucked it up, but I think he like set up a gaming PC or something where it was like you get too comfortable.
Yeah.
You got a gaming console in this motherfucker.
You're like, no, this is just people for sleeping and getting the fuck out of here. That's
There's always somebody to fuck it up for everybody. But yeah.
That always happens. I wanted to mention, speaking of doing, because I feel like I've been doing only stand-up and I've been kind of going crazy over it. So I went to the Renaissance Fair last weekend for something to do.
Okay, that's a mistake.
This is exactly it. It was, I know there's a lot of Ren heads out there. It's not for me. I don't know why I thought it would be fun and funny. It was a nightmare. All I did was walk around all day. We tried asking directions from a man in character. You don't do that. We're like, is it this way to the stage? He goes, it would be a grave mistake if you went this way. We're like, tell us which fucking way to the fucking food court, motherfucker. Like, I'm going to snap.
Hark.
Yeah. He's like, Madame. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. I want a fucking turkey leg. And then he sent us the completely wrong way. And then we were like, we just walked around.
Like, this woman is hysterical.
It was it was literally insane. It was.
Yeah.
You been to Renaissance Fair?
I don't understand. No.
I can't see you going
No. Black people don't do the pass reenactments.
There was a lot of black people there.
Well, that's crazy.
And they were fully in character.
No way.
Oh, yeah. One guy was so hot. I checked him out 100 times. He was wearing like this big armor stuff with no shirt underneath. He was into it.
Yeah, those brothers need to be brought back into the fold. I've just been walking around playing soul music.
Yeah.
Trying to wake the black people up.
Do you
get out?
You listen to your headphones a lot. Is that like a thing to get you in the zone before we're on stage?
You know what? Kim Congdon, she pointed out to me, she was like, I think that's a little autistic, you know? I
always see you with them on.
Yeah, well, when I first moved to LA, I was living in a homeless shelter, and I have a car and then I walked and rode the bus a lot, so I used to just have them on so people wouldn't talk to me.
Okay.
On the bus.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to stuff, but it's like, and now it's like I just need them. Like I need them on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be in control of like what goes in my ears.
Do you wear them on stage?
No. I don't wear them on stage, but it's like unless I'm somewhere where I'm completely comfortable, I put my headphones on.
Yeah.
Like when I'm walking around the airport and I see people with no headphones, I'm like, what in the fuck are y'all doing? You just do you just doing it raw.
Yeah, you want to hear other people's. No, I have my headphones on. The only time I don't have them on is when I'm like walking my dog at night because I want to be aware of the surroundings.
Oh no, but they got pass through. So when you can push a button and it's like it lets in the outside sound.
Oh, okay. So because you were mentioning earlier yesterday that you're like super. I didn't know you're like a big tech guy.
I'm a little bit into it. Yeah. The things I'm into.
Because you had to wait on a package. Did you get the package you wanted?
No. My roommate's there now because it's signature only, which is so fucking stupid. Like I should have the option to be like, just leave it. I'll take the risk. You know, but you can't do that.
Because it's like a big fucking thing.
Yeah, and they give you this big, and they go, well, you can pay extra money if you want a specific window. Like you could join UPS, Plus or whatever the fuck it is, and you pay like
you would have no life. Just sit around for 9 hours. What's the window? They give you
the window today is 2:45 to 6:45.
That's a big window.
And they tracking you. Hold on, matter of fact, I'm glad you said something. Let me see if that motherfucker. So, and here's the other thing: you can see where it is on the map. You can like track it.
That's even more annoying because he's like around the block and then he takes a fucking sharp left and you're like, you could have just dropped it off at my fucking house.
Okay, now they saying by 7 p.m.
Now it's extended.
How? This motherfucker is literally 2 streets away.
That's so annoying.
And then they saying it'll be delivered by 7 p.m. So, okay, we'll see how that works out.
We'll see how this fucking tracks over. So you've never, what do you do for fun then? You've never been to the Renaissance Fair. I'll never go back. It stunk. I'm covered in pimples now. I haven't existed my whole life, and now I'm blaming the Renaissance Fair because they ate a turkey leg.
Oh, really?
I'm blaming the turkey leg.
It's like somebody's like, they released a little plague. They're like...
Literally, $19 for a turkey leg. I had 3 bites. It was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
I got carried away. I wanted it for the bit.
Because like they can only use seasonings that was discovered before...
There's no seasoning.
1700. Oh,
they left the barbecue sauce. Like, put that on if you want it. I'm like, do I need it? He's like, you're going to need it. I'm like, what is this? What are we doing here? It was so expensive. And like, I got really pissed because there's this flamethrower who was it was like the worst open mic comic I've ever seen in my entire life. His whole thing was like fire whips.
Why did you do this? Was it a date?
No, I went with friends. I literally was on the fucking 101 and I saw a sign saying Renaissance Fair. And I was like, I never do anything. Maybe I should try something different. And then this flamethrower guy was so bad I was heckling him. And I don't heckle. I don't like to heckle. I don't like to be troll. No. He was so bad. He was doing these jokes that were so horrendous. He's like, these are going over your head. And I'm just like, no, they're not funny. And I was getting pissed. And I found his Instagram account after, and I got so mad. I was
you heckled at the Renaissance Fair?
I heckled this man. It's because like when you go to see these like flamethrowers, the sword things, the juggler guys, it's all filler, no action. So it'd be like you going up there and doing a fucking setup for 45 minutes and having one punchline. I'm like, I can't watch this. Well, it's not funny.
They're all volunteers, right?
No, I think he got paid, and he had a hat around. The whole thing was about him bragging about he's like, had all these like world records. And I'm like, then let's see one. Show us something here. I hate him. I hate him so much. I also want to say his name.
I would never do. Listen, I'm 40 years old, and while I'm still down to try new things, I think I'm old enough to know, my bandwidth. Like I know I'm not gonna like that. You know what I mean? Like no. I don't need to try. Like people are like, oh, have you tried eating live bugs? Like I don't need to do that. I know that I'm not gonna be good with that.
Have you ever dressed up for Halloween?
Yeah, once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah. I was Satan one time when I was a little kid. The last time I dressed up for Halloween, I was an Eminem.
Okay. So you just put on just a straight up Eminem, like one of those things that you buy to put your arms and legs in.
Yep. But I got the pillows and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think I've done it since then.
I want to dress up. Do you know who Lance Canstopoulos is for He-Man Wars?
Yeah.
I want to dress up as Lance for Halloween this year. I've become obsessed with them.
Oh,
and
that's
it's a
so
problem.
funny.
I know. I told them I want to lose some weight so I can get like real thin, so I can wear the wife beater and not be a big fucking blob hanging over my jeans.
No, you got to work on doing the dances.
I got the dances. Don't you? I'm watching those dances way too much. I'm actually creepy about
He
it.
would really like that. Wouldn't it be fucked up if you did that and he never saw you?
Yeah. And he brought it back to the store and I missed it and I'm fucking pissed off.
Oh, okay. Everyone loves Lance Can't Stop.
He's fucking psychotic.
But I don't think he wants to, because it's one of those things where it's like Larry the Cable Guy type shit, where it's like, what if Lance blows up before Fahim does?
I know. Then you have to be that fucking
Then you
guy.
have to be Lance. Oh man! And then you're Lance so much that now you're Lance. You're just him.
Yeah. You can't get out of Lance. You're like, who am I? Am I Lance? Let's get into the body stuff. Let's get into the pod situation here. Do you have any body issues? Do you have any body like?
Oh,
do you have any like breaks, bones, things, anything?
I have a disorder called hidradenitis suppurativa.
Never heard of
or
this.
acne inversa.
Okay.
And it's basically a curse. It's like they don't know what causes it. They don't know there's no cure for it. It mostly affects women, but basically it's like you get cysts in the horny layer of your skin, which is like the next layer down. It's the horny layer.
Oh, I was like your genitals. I was like, just your penis gets these cysts?
but you can get. So here's what it's like. Basically, anywhere you have hair follicles and your skin folds, you can get it. You can get. So it's basically it's an auto-inflammatory disease. So your body, something happens in your hair follicle, and your body reacts as though it's an injury, and it swells up.
Oh.
So but it's under the skin. So so it's a cyst growing under your skin, and if it gets infected, it can like come to the surface, and then you have to wait for it to like pop, and it's very painful.
Oh my God.
And what happens is, if it finally pops, it leaves behind what they call a tract, which is basically like it's basically like just a cavern underneath your skin. So basically it's set up so that it's easier for it to happen again in the same spot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and when they pop, they smell awful. Mm-hmm. And there's no one. So it's one of those things where like it's not very heavily researched. Yeah. They don't have a cure. They don't know the cause. So it's just a Reddit community like trying shit.
Oh really? So do you go to the doctors when this happens, or
No, you can't go to the doctors. I've had surgery for it that didn't do shit. Really? Actually, that's not true. So yeah, because what happened is I'll never forget the very first one happened in Iraq. And they were like, "Oh, this is just a cyst, blah blah blah," and they lanced it.
Where was it?
It was in my groin.
Oh fuck,
And I didn't think anything of it. And then it had been happening forever. I would get like little teeny sores in my armpits, and I thought it was like I'm just using the wrong deodorant. So I've used like every deodorant. I've used like 150 deodorants because I thought I was allergic to something. And then it happened like at the top of my buttocks. And it got infected, and it swole up so much I had to go to the hospital. Right, this was like 2013 or something like that. Yeah. I had to go to the hospital, and I remember sitting in the emergency room, and the emergency room lady was convinced that I had an STD. And she was like, "So, have you been doing any?" I was like, "No," and she was like, "Come on." I was like, "No," and then she called another person over, like she thought that like if a man was standing there, I would change my time.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Lady, listen to me. I said no."
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, they gave me like an emergency like dermatology appointment like 2 days later.
Yeah.
That's an emergency to VA. It's like a couple days.
Yeah.
and the doctor walked in and he looked at it one time and he was like, "Wait a minute." He was like, have you gotten some of these in your armpit? Have you got some of these in your groin? I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh yeah, this is that." And I was like, "Oh, what?" Yeah. So my whole life I thought that all those things were not connected.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, this is all the same disease, and it's this, and it's that, and here's a community, and it's like if it gets real bad, you can have a surgery." So I did the surgery,
and they just like opened it.
Yeah, I did the surgery. Never had one in my buttock ever again. But the one in my armpit came back like real bad.
Do you know Langston Kerman?
Huh?
Do you know Langston Kerman?
Langston Kerman. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did the podcast, and he didn't call it what you're calling it, but he gets cysts under his armpit so big that he has to get them removed as well.
Oh yeah. Well, it's that could be a different thing.
I think it could be a different thing, but it's like a similar, like this. He keeps getting them in the same spot, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're, this is like gross, but like if you've ever done it yourself, when you pop it, whatever, do you see like an ingrown hair come out?
I don't pop it.
You don't? You just leave
No,
it?
no, you don't pop it because it's not
It's not an ingrown hair.
It's
right?
not an ingrown hair. No. It's the follicle itself is anything getting it like dust. Or a germ or whatever. It doesn't have to be a hair. Yeah, it's just hella sensitive.
Fuck.
And but because of this one Reddit community, I found so many things that work well. You know, because it's just important to keep it extra clean. And like you have to buy. So I buy this soap that like it's basically the soap that they wash up with before they do surgeries.
Oh, okay.
But you can't use it you can't use that every day because there is bacteria on your skin that's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So you can't just kill all the bacteria. It'd be like you just taking antibiotics forever. You know what I mean? So it's like you only use it when because you can tell when it's about to happen because you'll
feel like a little.
You know how when you know a zit's coming, you feel a little pain in that spot. It's the same thing. Like you feel a little pain and you're like, up, here we go.
Fuck. And you have to like feel around to find the pain. Like, cause sometimes you're gonna feel it.
No. I mean, it's been happening for 25 years. Like I know.
Now. You're like,
I know exactly what it is and when it is, and I know. And here's the other thing: sometimes like it hurts to move, but when it hurts the worst, I'm kind of glad because that means it's about to be over. Like when it hurts the worst, it means it's about to pop. So any day,
does it pop sometimes inside too? Then is that what it's doing? Because otherwise,
yes and no. Like it pops and it has to drain, but sometimes it doesn't drain completely. So sometimes it takes days and days to drain, or sometimes it's all at once. But when it's draining, it don't hurt. It's like relief. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you like have to bandage it up then when it's draining and stuff, or you just let it air out?
So yeah, so on top of this soap, it's this pink soap. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But on top of the soap, you have to have. So I buy these. There's these little non-stick. Like pads, these little they're like little, they're a little smaller than index cards. And these little non-stick pads, and I just keep them in the area so it stays dry.
Yeah.
Because keeping it dry is the important part. Keeping it dry and clean. So that's when it's not happening. You want to keep it dry and clean. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
fuck. Does it happen more in the summer, like the heat and stuff, or doesn't fucking matter?
Nope, it don't matter.
Shit.
I don't know if it's stress because I'm also diabetic, so that might have something to do with it. I do know that some people do what they call elimination diets.
Where they like
because what we do know is that it's auto-inflammatory. So anything you can do to reduce inflammation, and a lot of foods like nightshades, so it's like stay away from a lot of tomatoes, onions, like shit like was onions right? Maybe it's just red onions, but it's like stay away from like the nightshade vegetables and shit like that, or just all the things that cause inflammation are probably not good for you.
Oh fuck! I guarantee there's people listening to this being like, I have this and I didn't fucking know what it was.
Oh yeah, and so it's like sometimes it's like one after the other. It's like I wake up, I feel good, depression's over. Oh no, here come one of these motherfuckers.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So do you think? Okay, so being diabetic, do you have to take like insulin shots every day? Like,
no.
I don't know much about diabetes.
Well, that's type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
Well, actually, I mean, look, you can have type 2 diabetes and have to take shots, but if it's that far, you really ignore it. Because some people get a diagnosis and when they told me, I was like, oh no, I'm doing everything they say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I would say I barely have diabetes, if that makes any sense. But because I do all the stuff that I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Like,
so you just stay off of like whatever the specific
I take metformin every day.
Oh, is that a diabetes medicine?
It is, and what's so fucked up? It's also an anti-aging medicine.
Oh.
But aging is not considered a disease by the FDA, so you can't just get it. So a lot of rich people can get it. But you can only get it if it's prescribed for diabetes. So you have to have diabetes to get it legally.
So you're just going to let this age with diabetes for the rest of your life?
Well, if you have diabetes, it doesn't keep you from aging. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Unless you get, maybe if you get your diabetes mad under control, you can get the extra effects or whatever. But apparently it's part of people's anti-aging regimen is metformin.
Did you know you had diabetes? What are the signs of this? You just blood tests?
I had no idea. Yeah, it was just blood tests.
Oh, fuck.
You know, and my doctor was like, "Hey, you pre-diabetic." I was like, what that mean? He was like, you don't stop what you're doing, you're gonna have diabetes. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I don't fucking
And
want
then the next
this.
time I saw her, she was like, "Oh, they got you.
Yeah,
You
and
got
you're
the
like,
sugar."
oh god, so that's what's mostly sugar stuff.
No, it's what it is. I mean, because here's the thing too: is like it's a predisposition. Like the disease, diabetes is the disease, but the disorder is that your body doesn't use insulin. The insulin that your body produces doesn't. Your body doesn't use it efficiently.
Okay.
So your cells don't absorb the sugars. Because that's what happens. Like normally, insulin helps your cells absorb sugar for energy.
Yeah.
But if you're diabetic, you don't. If you're because what's the real word for it? Diabetes is the disease, but the disorder is like insulin something.
Deficient or something?
Insulin resistance.
Okay.
So you're born with that insulin resistance.
Yeah.
And the longer you don't know that, the worse it gets.
Okay.
You know. So anyway, your body your cells don't absorb sugar as well, and so it ends up being on the outside of your cells, and it ends up being in your blood.
Okay.
You know, and that's why if you ignore it, it can get real bad because you end up with little crystals in your blood, and it can damage your fine nerves or whatever. So that's why people lose their eyesight.
Okay.
Or they got to get their foot cut off and shit because at your extremities are the smallest nerves, and the bigger the sugar crystals and that's in your blood, the more it can fucking cut those up and damage them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So this is also good that you've gone to get blood tests, because I know so many fucking male comics, not throwing you under the bus, but like a lot of male comics are just like, I haven't been to the doctor in 20 years. I'm like, go to the doctor.
Yeah,
just do a fucking checkup.
Well, I mean, I'm a veteran. I get the VA, so it was easier for me to do in LA and San Diego. But for whatever reason, see here, the closest VA is in San Antonio, so it's like an hour away, hour and a half away. Shit. So that's a weird thing. So I've been to the doctor since I moved here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually stay on top of shit. But the VA is a fucking nightmare. Yeah.
So as a veteran, you must have seen a lot of like. Did you see a lot of crazy body stuff out there, like when you were?
No, I mean a little bit, but it wasn't American bodies, which I guess that makes it sound fucked up. Like I don't care, but
No.
But yeah, I've seen because the base that I worked on my last deployment, we were secured, like perimeter security or whatever, and and the people at the front gate, they would have the Iraqi police like half a click in front of us. So they would check everything first, and then our troops would check everything.
Okay.
And one time somebody pulled up in an Iraqi police uniform, pulled up in a car, called everybody over, and blew that motherfucker up.
Jesus Christ. Did you see stuff after that?
Yeah, not that I wanted to, because here's the thing: every unit in the Marine Corps have one or two people that are really in the gory shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
these are the people that like they got faces of death on their laptop and shit. You know?
Yeah.
And this one dude I was with, Rick, but somehow, bro, within 2 hours of us getting off shift, off post, he had pictures of it all
on his phone. Like he just wouldn't
on his computer. Nobody had phones back then.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Like, Jesus.
No, this is like 2004.
Shit. And he's like, look at this. And you're all like, I don't want to.
He's like, check this shit out. I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, fuck.
He was the first person that showed me that face of death shit. Was like, I saw somebody get their throat cut and shit like that. It's like, man, how do you like this shit?
Oh.
Worst story you ever heard. What's the worst thing you ever heard? Oh yeah.
Okay, well, that leads into my next big question. What's the worst body thing you've ever seen or heard? Is that it? Like, that's traumatizing to watch. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that was probably the worst one I ever saw. Because also it had the audio, so like you heard the gurgle.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Like, I get grossed out of my own podcast. That's a lot. Cause I'm like, did they ever tell you things of like, I don't know, like myths of what happened out there, of what like the worst things they've heard? Like, there's got to be like crazy.
No, I'm sure I've heard a bunch of stories, but none. Ain't none that I like keep with me. You know what I'm saying? Because
nothing's ever like haunted you in a way where you're like, you thought of that, like no bug stories, nothing crazy, like a weird.
Oh, definitely, yeah. This is another reason why. So, the people close to me know this, but I don't go out with large groups of people because it's like usually whoever I'm close with, they'll bring a significant other, and I don't know that motherfucker. And if it's like every woman in the group it raises the chances that we're gonna eat outside. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, it's so nice outside. Let's eat outside. I don't do that shit. Okay?
Okay.
And it's so fucking stupid to me. I don't understand why everybody thinks it's cute because it's like they see pictures on Instagram. Fuck that. It's so dumb. We're eating indoors. That's the whole reason of us going to a fucking restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. What's
because
do you had experience?
So this is my first deployment in 2003. And so in 03, I don't know if people remember this, but in 03, we were sitting in Kuwait waiting to see if George Bush was going to make us go to Iraq, right? Y'all remember that?
No, I was in Canada. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so that was the whole thing. Are we going to go in? Are we not going to go in? We were already in Afghanistan, but whether we were going to invade Iraq was like back and forth, right? And we sitting in Kuwait, waiting to go over, and we finally go over the border, and so this is like the beginning when like there was very little resources. We didn't. There was no porta potties. We were digging holes to shit in. You know what I mean? And you had to. So whoever got in trouble was the ones that had to refill those holes and dig new ones for everybody to shit in. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck.
And there was no can. Everybody sleeping in tents. You know what I mean? All of that. It was that kind of thing. And so then, one day we wake up, the war started. It's like the war started last night. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all going over the border. Bang. So now we're over the border and we're in this place called Enumanaya. And this place had the most fertile soil I've ever put my own eyes on. It's like you could just tell. I mean, I might be wrong about that, but just looking at it, it looked like, oh shit, anything will grow in this.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. It was like, It just looked, I can't even explain it, but it just looked better than any dirt I've seen. And it was that kind of thing. It was just fertile little motherfucker. And we were shitting in the soil. And it was like, before you knew it, there were literally little, I forget what the fuck this stuff is, sodium something, but there's a little bag in there. So everything's in like an aluminum pouch,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
And there's a little plastic bag in there that has this metal shit in it, and when you add water to it, it heats up.
Oh fuck! And then like
So what you do is you put that next to your aluminum thing, and you heat it up, and it heats up the food. So then when you open that pouch, it's hot, and you can just eat it out of the pouch, right? So that's what people would do. So you sitting there eating out of your pouch, right? And there were so many flies like during the day that you literally, and they were starving. These flies you had like a second and a half to open the pouch, take a bite, and close it back up. Because the moment the smell came out, flies was coming. And if you left it open for more than a second, they was all on your face, all shit, so you had to take a bite, fight them off. You know what I'm saying? Take another bite, fight them off. That's why your boy got on a night shift as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. This is something else I learned about flies there, is that they hibernate. And maybe that's not the correct word for what flies do. But basically, if you wake up early enough in the morning, so we had these tarps, and it would literally be just hundreds of thousands of them just asleep. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about, they don't wake up till it's warm. They don't wake up till the sun is up. So you wake up early enough and you could literally just scrape them off, and they won't move. They won't fly away. They'll just die. We would get up in the morning and scrape them all off. We would kill 100,000 flies.
Oh my God.
And then by the next day, it was fucking full again. Like imagine this whole ceiling just full of flies, and you scrape them all off. And then you come back tomorrow and it's full again. It was like that. These motherfuckers were relentless. That's why I don't eat outside. That is why, I run a show at the mothership called Bottom of the Barrel.
Yeah.
You know who sponsors Bottom of the Barrel? Bug Assault. You know what Bug Assault is? It's a salt gun for killing flies. They have a rifle, they have a pistol, and I got both.
I've never related to somebody more in my life. I hate flies.
Yeah.
In a way that it's not normal. My old roommate one time made this stew with chicken broth from scratch.
Okay.
And there's like a beak in my house, and I came home and there was 85 flies in my house. I canceled the show that night. I stayed home.
There's a beak?
He like had a beak on the counter and flies came.
What's a beak?
Like a bird's beak. He made chicken stock from scratch. So and I don't know if he cleaned it properly. I blame him. It created maggots, and I didn't see the maggots, and created flies. I stayed home. I canceled shows, and I stayed home, killed the flies. I got so angry, I slammed my fist onto my front window, and I smashed my window, killing a fly. Flies are if a fly touches my food, if I'm eating that I'm done. I can't eat that food anymore. It's soiled. It's shit. Flies are shit. They're from caca.
Yeah. Well, did you know flies don't have a digestive system? So or they don't have a stomach.
So what does that mean?
So when they ingest stuff, their saliva is what digests it, and they spit it back out and and then they suck it back up. So basically all their food goes straight through them. So basically every time a fly lands, it's either throwing up or shitting.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
So if a fly land on your shit, they shit on your food. They just shit on your food, or they threw up on your food. And there's no difference because it's the same stuff all mixed together. So yeah, they're disgusting little fucks. I know they're
gross.
They're a vital part of the ecosystem or whatever, but they can be vital some motherfucking way else. Not in my food, and that's why if your fucking little girlfriend wants to eat outside, I'm gonna tell her to fucking kiss my ass. I will literally, because some people are like they don't know how to tell their girlfriend no, so they're like, well, let's just come on just one time. No, motherfucker, you've known me long enough to know that I'm not fucking eating outside.
No,
I will literally listen. Y'all can eat outside. I'm that dude. I will go eat by myself.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, eating inside doesn't mean a fly ain't inside.
Yeah. There's flies inside.
But I'm not giving them the W.
No.
Nah, you gonna have to earn room in my meal.
Don't you hate when you go to a coffee shop and I'm like, oh, I want to get a pastry, and then I'll see one fly trapped in there, and I'm like,
nope.
Now I can't eat.
It's
now
a
I can't
wrap.
Eat.
It's a wrap.
It's piss and shit everywhere.
Yeah, and the employees just ignoring it.
I can't.
No,
I literally, flies they'll ruin an entire evening, a whole day for me.
It'll ruin everything.
If a fly touches me right now, I'll actually have to go home and I'll scrape that part of my body. I'm like, they make me. No one else ever relates to me on this fly thing.
Oh yeah.
I get my friends they can't go with me anymore because if they want to eat outside, same thing. I'm like, I can't do this.
I have a gift for you. You coming to the mothership tonight?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you a bug assault shredder. It's going to change your life.
I'm so happy right now.
Because every time I see a fly now, I don't fuck around. I have a rack on the wall. I have my pistol on the rack, my bug assault pistol. It's a revolver. And when I see it, like sometimes I'll sit down to eat a meal because in Texas,
they're everywhere.
A bug gets in your house every single day.
Yeah.
If you live, I swear, at least I've only been here since August, but that seems to be the general consensus. Like if you somehow, some way, one of these motherfuckers will find their way, at minimum, in your house every day, one bug or two. You know. And so sometimes I sit down, I don't notice one got in. I sit down, I just got a meal, and then I'm like, oh, look. Skid it all up. You want to fuck around? Load that bitch up. What's good with you? Wait for that hoe to land. Bang! And ooh, it's so satisfying to watch.
Is it? So is it really accurate with
within the rifle is accurate within I think 3 feet or 4 feet, and the pistol is accurate within 4 to 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Like literally, if you look down the sights, it's gonna hit what you're looking at.
Okay.
But the rifle is pumped, so it's not as powerful. That'll like knock them out the sky. The pistol there's a CO2 cartridge.
Because I want them to die.
Yeah, no, that shit'll split them in half.
I started doing a thing where I would trap them in between the screen and the window, and I'd watch them for days. And I'd come over, I'd tap, and go, still alive, fucker? Like, I torture. I sometimes take one wing off. I'm sick. I fucking hate them. Like, and I'm getting pissed now thinking of flies.
Man.
I have the zapper, looks like a tennis racket, but it's like that zapper thing.
Yeah, we're kindred spirits. We should start the anti-fly league.
I think we should. It's literally like, I'm not joking. I will have a meal and my friends get so pissed. I'm like, I can't eat it now. It's over. And if I see a fly land on their food, I'm like, you can't eat that. I'm like, we have to get a new meal. I can't, even though I know probably there's a fly. That's why I like eating at home. I make sure I would notice if something was sitting on my.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting all hyped up now thinking about flies because I literally, no one has ever hated flies as much as me. It's very upsetting. Yeah. And I know $80 to fix my window.
I know all the ways. I saved somebody last night. They were like, y'all know anything how to get rid of fruit flies? I'm like, oh, I certainly do.
I can help you right away.
I certainly do.
I have
now with fruit flies, this is what you do, guys. You take a cup. You need a cup. You need Saran wrap. You need soap, and you need apple cider vinegar.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you take a cup. You fill it up about a third with apple cider vinegar. You put a drop of dish soap. You cover it in the saran wrap. You put a rubber band to seal it up, and you poke holes in it, and the fruit flies will kill themselves. They'll be gone they'll be about half gone that day, and they'll be all the way gone in 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather like a whole, like if someone asked me if I have bees on me or bees, I would rather lie right now and have an entire thing of wasps walk on my whole body than flies.
Oh, wasp. The shredder will kill a wasp, too. Okay, yeah, I was with you with the bees. You lost me with the wasps.
Okay. Would you rather right now, if one bug had to be walking a wasp, or a fly? I'd rather get stung. I'm not joking. I'd rather get stung by have you watched the bee videos of the girl saving the bees, though? She scoops them up, and they don't do anything.
Yeah, but I've heard her be criticized, though, about that.
Yeah, something. I mean, it seems a little crazy.
It's a scam. No, I think
there.
that there's some shit you can do, some smoke to calm the bees, or something that she's doing.
Oh, and doesn't tell us before.
Yeah, because like no professional beekeeper is doing that.
No.
Bare
hand scooping the bees. It's nuts.
No, they're not doing that. I mean, because even they get stung sometimes. So it's like nobody's.
Yeah.
Because I think her thing is that she's claiming that she's not doing anything to the bees beforehand, that she's just showing up and she's just the bee speaker or whatever, and they just ain't fucking stinging her. And I was like, and I don't know what the truth is, but there's other professional beekeepers is like, man, this bitch is a fraud.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if there's just like if it's like the sushi business where there's like just hella sexism built into the bee community, and maybe they just don't like that she's because that could be what it is, or she could just be full of shit. But who cares? I mean, it's like you don't walk up and bees ain't gonna do that for you.
No. Yeah. It's like the whole grizzly man thing. Remember how that guy was like he lived with the grizzly bears, and everyone's like he's the bear whisperer, and then he got mauled by bears. Like, well, yeah, he's living with the bears.
He's living with bears. Yeah.
Like one day she might get. Apparently, you can get stung. Like there's something crazy. You can get stung like 75 times. Like that's like the limit. At one time, you can be stung where it could like turn into.
Why is that the
serious.
limit?
There's something. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe like 100 something.
Let me see my package.
I swear to God, I'll be so happy if your package gets delivered right now.
Well, what matters is if my roommate is still there, like I asked him.
It's not delivered. It's still en route.
Now it's saying 12:45 to 4:45.
Okay, we'll wrap up here so you can get the fuck home and get your damn.
No, because I have lunch. I have a dinner. What was it? Lunch, dinner, whatever. I have a late dinner meeting at 5.
Okay.
So I'm just fucked, man.
You can't do it. Well, we have to wrap up anyways because I have to go home and wash the flies off my body.
I didn't know we were going to bond over this. This is crazy.
This is really crazy. I'm not joking. Like people get really mad when I talk about how much I hate flies, but it's a problem with me, and it has been for years.
Yeah, we could probably
get pissed.
We should get a sponsor. We could do a commercial for them.
We should. Right. Nobody else hates flies like this.
Because once I give you this bug assault, you're gonna be like, I would do anything for these people.
I swear to God, I will. I'll suck all of their dicks over at the fucking bee place, at the fucking fly place.
The funniest way that you could die.
One final question before we leave. What did you think the funniest way you could die is?
The funniest way I could die. I think the funniest way for anybody to die is you doing something that someone just warned you is dangerous, and you're like, come on, whatever. Pow!
Yeah. So, right in front of them too. It's like a very
Excuse me, I'm an expert on electronics, man.
And then you
or people are like, hey, don't shoot that wasp because it goes off a pheromone that attracts like fuck you, bang, and then I just get stung 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be the funniest way.
Where can everybody find you online?
BS Comedian on all of the socials, and my podcast is BS with Brian Simpson, and BrianSimpsonComedy.com is where you buy tickets for my tour dates.
And watch him on Netflix. Watch his half hour on Netflix. It's amazing.
Half hour on Netflix. Yeah,
there we go.
And my hour will be out later this year.
Oh fuck! Well, this is fucking amazing. And go if you're in Austin, see him at the fucking Mothership. If you're on tour, go see him. Follow him, and kill all the fucking flies. We need to get rid of these fucking flies.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing the fucking podcast.
Of course.
Thank you, Creek in the Cave, for having me in your new podcast studio. And that's it. Follow the pod. Watch this on YouTube. And bye.
Bye.